Time to reapply some sunblock. What's up, Space Cowboys? This is KarmaJolt, and you're watching part 2 of Zelda 2, so why don't we just get to it? That's right, numbers joke. So the other day I was googling reasons why people don't like this Zelda as much as the others, and apparently, according to the internet, a lot of video game forum users will say that this game is the hardest Zelda. But then I'd look at the screen names of the people posting these complaints, and it would be like, you know, Vegetarian Vampire or like Coldplay Fan 3, so there's no way you could possibly respect these people's opinions about anything ever. If fairies existed and they made that noise, I would harm them. But if cats made that noise, they'd still be better than dogs. That's right, I love hate mail. Alright, whatever. But anyway, what I'm doing in this cave is I'm gonna get me a magic increase. It's gonna increase, I'm gonna go up to 5 bars of magic potion. And I am going to get all of the magic upgrades so that no one else can have them, and I'm greedy, because I hate people. So I think the next thing I have to do is get the hammer, which will open up a significant portion of the overworld map, which will allow me to beat the game, which is like my goal of playing this game, because, you know, why would you play a game without... But it has been a while since I played this game, sober, and I think I might be missing something, but I know I have to come to this town eventually, so let's do it! Yes, this is the town of Ruto. Now you may have noticed that most of the sages in Ocarina of Time were named after the towns in Zelda 2. Or is it the other way around? People in town can heal you. You learned something. Unless you already knew that. You probably already knew that. Alright, you didn't learn anything. Sorry, these videos aren't educational. We all make mistakes, but some people will name their children after mistakes, so I guess that's what this guy's here for. Maybe I think the Japanese don't distinguish between R's and L's, so maybe that guy's name was supposed to be Errol, like Harry Potter's owl. Pretty sure he was named after that. Oh, right, okay, so I remember what to do. I have to go get the jump spell from that cave that I completely missed somehow. Like the big obvious one. And obviously this woman has been on a ton of adventures in her life, so you should take her advice about palaces. She's clearly the expert on the subject. And you kind of take for granted that, like, these people in these RPG towns, they just know what they're talking about because word of mouth gets spread around so fast. I don't know, but like, how does this woman know not to go south without a candle? Like, oh yeah, if you're gonna bring one thing to the south, make it a candle, not a gun, not like food for a few days, or water, or a shield. Bring a candle. I know, because I clearly move south all the time, despite that you see me standing in one place. Also, if this desert were less 2D, you'd be able to move around those vertical centipedes without legs. I guess a legless centipede would just be called a centipod. I'm making words up here. Don't let these guys knock you into the sauce, because it's really difficult to get that kind of stain out of your tunic. Trivia: in the instruction manual, it states that the woman who wants her trophy back earned the award for being the runner-up in Ruto's 14th annual landmine find. Now, I've never been to it, but everyone I know who says they went said they had a blast, so... Now, while you're holding the trophy, any experience you earn is doubled in half. So to make the best use of it, you should just give it back to that woman who wanted it. Make sure to jump and stab, and don't listen to anything anyone has to say, because you don't have to take their shit. Except for maybe this old woman, because I kind of dig her style, you know, like the orange rags, that's kind of funky. No one else is doing that. Ice cream rules, and if you're lactose intolerant, I feel bad for you, son. In the town of Ruto, it's a common courtesy to face away from someone when you talk to them, so don't regard this as a sign of rudeness. It's actually like that's their manners, that's what they do. And pretty much all throughout Hyrule, there's a superstition that if you don't have at least 30 feet of space around you while you eat, then it's bad luck. That's why their dining rooms are so big. Anyway, this is clearly the wisest man in town because he's got the most righteous beard. And now this Daddy Mac will make you jump. So with the jump spell, you can be dunking on niggas. And it won't even matter what shoes you wear. Alright, so we almost have everything we need before we can go to Death Mountain. Before we go to Death Mountain, though, we have to get the life spell. Because, like, obviously, if these mountains are made of death, you're gonna need something that will, you know, combat that. Something that will keep you alive in the midst of all these things trying to kill you. And the reason it's important to stay alive is because if you're not alive, you can't stab anything. Right here, I'm about to get a level up. And I like my level ups the same way I like my women. Magic. Leveling up your magic just basically makes your spells cost less. Oh my gosh, that was so painful to have to explain. Why can't you guys just be smarter? Then I wouldn't have to explain this shit to you guys. Fuck. Now, unlike in Donkey Kong, you actually want to avoid these rotating bananas because they actually hurt you, and I don't know why that is. Maybe fairy boys like Link are allergic to potassium. They have a different kind of nutrition. They're just, their bodies are different. I don't know what the deal is. But it's always good exercise to kill everything you see. Speaking of exercise, I just wanted to give a shout out to Miss Mumble Zero Mumbles. She lost like 15 pounds recently and she's kicking some ass, so good for her. Now, some of these bats will actually land on the ground and turn into this weird demon thing and spit fire at you. And the way you tell them apart from the regular bats is that they'll go onto the ground and turn into this demon thing and spit fire at you. Now, unbeknownst to most people, demons are vulnerable to being pierced in the skin. So, harm them suchly. So if you need to take a quick leak, you can just go in these woods over here. While this fairy is being elusive as balls right now. Oh, you can't fool me for that long. Man, that guy was just going up every time I was jumping. He was dodging me, like, for so long. But good thing I had that candle. The bouncing bearded beetle beast, as it is commonly known, will often drop a jug of wine, and if it ever does, don't drink it, because it's like super gross, and I actually heard rumors that it's non-alcoholic. Now, before we go on, we have to go find some dude's house, and I always forget his name. It's either Dave or Bagoo, and I can't remember which one. But the reason we need to find this guy is, fuck this! Anyway, he'll give you the security clearance card so you can go through level 3 doors. And that will allow us to get to Death Mountain. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to take you away from staring at that wall. Bagoo, that's right. Okay. I always get it. Maybe Dave is from another Zelda and I get him mixed up. But anyway, we have to show this note to Riverman, who was supposed to be a boss in Mega Man 2, but he wound up in the wrong sequel. And I actually got hit while I was switching the video file, and that's why I suddenly started beeping. The piranhas in this river are actually so deadly that they've been known to skeletonize themselves in under 5 seconds. I don't give a fuck what this town is called. Eyes of Ganon are everywhere, but can he see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I'm sorry, town, I didn't mean to disrespect you like that. This is the water town of Saria, and I'm sorry you had to watch this video, because it's totally awful. So first I think I'm gonna find the lady in town who's gonna let me borrow a cup of life. Did I pass her? I was kinda concentrating on... Oh, check under this table, there's usually some change or something, but... Well, this time we found a mirror. Let's pause to reflect on that for a minute. Now, every once in a while you'll run into a treasure goblin in this town, and it's so much harder to kill him if you're playing 2-player, because his health is doubled. Stop and rest here, because this is the only house in all of Hyrule that has a sofa. You can give me some magic anytime. Of course, I mean, she means it literally, and so do I. Because there's no attraction between us, that'd be weird. That thing's asleep. Now, I think if you bother that guy for a really long time, he either gives you something or tells you something important, but like, nigga, fuck that! Finally, Just needed a beer, jeez. I know we'll talk about drinking like it's cool or something, and it is, but if you're 15 or something, you're like, oh man, like I should drink because KarmaJolt does it, don't, because that's stupid and I hate you. I don't want you to be subscribing to me if you're gonna drink when you're 15 years old, because you're like some easily influenced kid who watches my videos and like you look up to me because you don't have friends or something. This video is now officially a public service announcement. Oh, okay, this is a girl who lost her mirror. Or maybe she lost her father's mirror. Her father uses this mirror to comb his mustache. I think this house could use a few more bricks, and I don't understand why the wall isn't attached to the ceiling. You may have noticed that the wise men all hang out in their basements all day, and the reason for that is because they can't actually climb the stairs to get out because they're so tall. Anyway, you got the life spell. It costs a whopping 70 magic. I don't know what whopping means. What does it mean to whop? Does one whop? Anyway, it's easily the most useful spell in the game because it restores your life, which is important. Ugh, why do I have to explain this shit? Quit bothering me. Why can't you guys just figure it out on your own? And you don't get an achievement for jumping and stabbing in the air a whole lot. I just like doing it. Those who know me personally can attest to that. Like my parents, it drove them nuts when I do that in church. Now, in order to be able to cross this bridge, you need to have met the following criteria. 1, you need to know Bagoo. You know what? I bet if you wake up that blob, he'll tell you where Bagoo lives, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you're supposed to find out where he is. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna end it here as soon as I get out of this town. That'll be like a part. Okay, we'll call that a part. Done!